gosh, my weird looking head is here. Back in studio, back on site. Oh my gosh, everyone, I'm still alive. So I just wanted to make this video update kind of thing, letting everybody know I'm okay. I like, I like to be an open book. That's part of how I go through what I go through. And so, I don't have any ill will to any of the Plaid Army guys. I don't have any hard feelings about any of that stuff. I was going through a bipolar thing. I'm happy to know that that's what I've been dealing with this whole time. I've been a mental health vlogger for the better part of, this whole YouTube channel, right? And the whole thing is in Ontario, they always said that I had schizophrenia, which is not true. I don't see things that aren't there. I don't hear voices in my head. I just experience these kind of manic freakouts sometimes. And generally, these manic freakouts, there's a reason for why I have them. And, the reason why this particular one happened. And I want to be clear about this. I don't blame anybody for my bipolar freak out. My bipolar freak out is that's a me problem, And so I just try and talk about this stuff so there's more of an understanding around how to deal with people like me and not just cut us out of your friend group all the time. Because at the end of the day, we're people, we're all people, dang it, we're all in this together, I thought. And this is what I really get frustrated by. When I started the People's Party of Ontario, this was one of the phrases that we had, which is, we're all in this together, before it got commandeered by these jackasses that have kind of made it a whole bunch of things that it's not supposed to be, right? So that's where I am with that. As I said, I have no ill will to the Plaid Army guys whatsoever. I think maybe the death threats weren't nice, and maybe the doxing of my address wasn't nice. Those are probably contributing factors to the bipolar freakout. But the main thing that spurred that on was the dispute with Hong Kong Phooey. And fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. And, Hong Kong Phooey, that guy likes to fuck with people that are different. And there's a lot of people that work in the mental health field that like to fuck with people that are the patients. And, people should stand up to bullies like that, which is what I tried to do. And I think part of why this falling out with the Plaid Army guys happened was because I was hoping that they would be part of standing up. Because it's like, if you take a look at some of the work that I've done, as far as writing a constitution and the action plan for Canada and, the constitutions for Western Canada, right? A lot of that stuff, there's inherent value in that. And it might not be obvious right away, but it's I caught a little bit of the interview that they did with Peter Downing and Americanuck Radio and stuff, talking about hockey players and stuff. And, okay, Wayne Gretzky got to be Wayne Gretzky because he had Mark Messier covering his ass. Doug Gilmour got to be Doug Gilmour because Wendell Clark was covering his ass. And, there's a lot of things that I try and do that are like Wayne Gretzky, fucking Doug Gilmour level of shit with our political thing. And I don't got any backup, And that's the big takeaway from this whole fallout with the Plaid Army over this Hong Kong Phooey thing is that, I still haven't gotten through to people the kind of backup that I need, And part of why I took this so personally is because of the Bilo film, which is still on the channel here. Luckily, we had to save that because that's a very important thing in my life struggle, which again is part of why I got this issue with, the doxing and then the whole, coming at me with the mental health concern stuff is like, this is textbook what I was talking about in the Bilo film. And so it's like, the criticism that I have of Plaid Army should be viewed as constructive, not as to tear you guys down, but to be like, if you're going to be a patriot group, you should care about patriotic things. And, standing up to bullies and sticking up for the little guy would be a patriotic thing. And yes, I am the little guy. I'm a little guy with a big voice, like my spirit animal would be a Chihuahua. So, and just like a Chihuahua will get in a fight with a goddamn grizzly bear on principle. That's me. And so, with the whole break glass in case of boog, well, I don't want there to be a boog. I have a plan to prevent a boog and for Wexit to actually become a thing. But I think really, if we want to have a republic in Western Canada, part of what we have to do is modify ourselves, modify our thinking on things. So this is a song that I wrote, and it's not really good, like most of the songs that I write, So I hope you enjoy it, or at least the lyrics, and try and remember that I think the main way that we're going to get a republic is with prayer, so. God gave me a message to give to you. He said he thinks you're kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. He said, keep on kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. He said he thinks you're kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. And he loves you. Black, white, Mormon, Christian, Jew, Muslim, or even Hindu, Buddhist, God loves you too. That's just the motherfucking truth. Oh, God gave me a message to give to you. He said he thinks you're kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. So keep on kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. He said he thinks you're kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. And he loves you. Oh. Oh. God gave me a message to give to you. He said he thinks you're kicking ass, man. God gave me a message to give to you. And he loves you. All right, well, sometimes my lyrics make me cry, and I don't think men should be afraid to cry. I think being afraid to cry in front of other men or the world makes you gay. Okay? That's what I think. I think being afraid to cry is ridiculous because we all experience things that make us want to cry sometimes. And, I want to take a special moment to apologize to Raging Dissident, Raging Humanist, Jeremy McKenzie. I didn't intend to try and say that the war in Afghanistan didn't happen. That's not what I was trying to say. And I'm not trying to say that your friends and the guys that you served with didn't die, or that you didn't experience horrific things. I'm not, what I'm saying is, and this is the harder thing to hear, is that it was for nothing. And that's where you and I don't even think we disagree about that, you know? Because like at the end of the day, this is the war, right? The war about whether or not to go to war, the propaganda war, right? And I don't always win, right? I'm not saying that I always win, but this is what the war is. And you're doing a great job, so keep kicking ass. I have nothing but love and respect for you and what you do. So, you know, I'm sorry for publicly criticizing, but there was, you know, I was going through a thing. And that's the reality of what it is to live with what I live with, which is bipolar disorder, you know? And there's lots of people that are able to be functional bipolar people. Like Robin Williams was a guy for a while that functioned with bipolar, you know? And there's no reason why I can't function and be bipolar, you know? Bipolar, bicoastal, bisexual. Oh my gosh, there you go. But I do want to point out just to the mob of people that have been stalking and harassing me for 10 years. I know you guys think you're really smart, and I know you guys think you're going to keep getting away with this, and you're not. That's what I want you to know. You're not going to keep getting away with this. Now, to the people that are in the targeted individual community, I want you to understand something. Police are people that sign up for a job to protect the general public, okay? The police don't sign up to harass you. And so the last video of me kind of in the middle of the standoff with the RCMP and all this is like, what I want you to appreciate is I have respect for even the SWAT team that it came in and tased me, and, you know, the dog that bit my arm, you know? Like, I respect all of those guys. It's not about any of that, but police services and psychiatric services are misused by this mob of people that likes to target people that are different and speak out and are quirky and, you know, eloquent or whatever kind of nerdy things they are that kind of make us all targeted individuals. Right? The police didn't sign up to be perps, and right now, they don't understand that they're being used as part of a system. And so what I'm going to try and say to people that feel like they're targeted is take the high road. Take the high road, connect to God, because God's like super powerful thing. And, you know, good things will come to you when you connect to Jesus Christ and to God. And, you know, like you'll notice that the newspapers, they always say that I'm always incoherent in these messages. And just know this. If a newspaper ever says that somebody is incoherent, you should check out what they're saying. You know, like, you know, all the content that I've put up here, which is, I guess now hours of content of me just talking into the camera. Is this incoherent rambling? Or am I trying to court the public into thinking differently about things? So, you know, if the media is going to keep saying that I'm incoherent, I want you to look at how incoherent the media is. And you know, you figure out who's lying, you know, because I'm pretty sure I'm telling the truth. Anyways, God gave me a message to give to you, which is keep on kicking ass, man. All right. Stay blessed.